Did you know that there is absolutely no historical evidence for the existence of Mecca during or before the time of Muhammad? Let's dive in. In Quran 396 we read, "Surely the first house of worship for humanity is the one at Baqā." According to every Muslim scholar on the planet, Baqā is an ancient name for Mecca, the most holy city in Islam. In the Old Testament, Baqā, which is in the valley of Rephaim, about 5 kilometers from Jerusalem, known as the Temple Mount. Mecca is supposed to be an ancient city founded by Abraham and a major trade route throughout history. Not one historical source exists that mentions Mecca until 741 AD, more than 100 years after Muhammad died. What does this say about Mecca? The ancient Greeks, the Romans, the Persians never mentioned Mecca. Not one ancient document has been found mentioning Mecca, but all of them certainly talked about Jerusalem. What about the kingdoms close to Mecca? The Nabateans, the Sabaeans, the Himyarites, the Athdes, the Kedarites, and the Nubians. Not one single kingdom mentions Mecca, but they all talked about Jerusalem. What about other little towns that were close to Mecca? Does history say anything about them? Nakhran, a small town, is mentioned. Strabo talks about it. Pliny the Elder talks about it. Ptolemy talks about it. This little town close to Mecca is well known, but Mecca is never mentioned by any ancient historian anywhere. What about the little villages that were even smaller and closer to Mecca, like Sana'a, Ta'if, Yathrib, and Khaybar? The Greeks talk about these small villages as early as the 6th century BC, 1200 years before Muhammad was born. Every single insignificant town surrounding Mecca is mentioned in historical records. Why do you think they didn't mention Mecca? Mecca is in a desert. That's why the Romans called the region Petrea Deserta, the land of the desert. No water, no food, no people, no towns. No towns, no cities. No cities, no civilization. No civilization, no history. What does this mean for Islam? It means it's a false religion.